that it is.
Oh. All right. Well, hold on a second. Maybe it's doing something now.
I don't care if it's your
Like
fault.
the radio boss kicked me off and reconnected. I think so. There, it's reconnected now. Maybe they can hear us. Can anybody hear us?
I don't know. We
No.
could just talk about like fun stuff that we were talking about before the actual show. Well, I mean, I don't even know if this actual show is going or not.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel says that we're on. Cool.
Oh, awesome.
That's why Ron said theme. Okay, hold on. We gotta be consistent here. I hear voices too, Ron.
Two hosts
Everybody just act like you
that
don't
are
hear
different
didn't hear us
from
talking
those
before this.
that
None of
are
that
so
counted.
different. It's Angie. It's Paul. It's real, serious nonsense.
Awesome. It's
Hey.
Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you're listening to Real Serious Nonsense with Angie and Clay. We're the most professional podcast there is this year. I'm really excited about it. We were going to try to pretend.
Does nobody do podcasts like the beginning of the year? Are we the first podcast on K98 Talk this year? Is that how we pulled that off?
See, I even named the show. I said, New Year, same show. Because I knew for a fact, like, no matter what, you told me that you were going to fix the sound and do all this stuff over vacation. And even if the sound got fixed and I didn't sound like I was in the bottom of a well, I knew somehow something was going to go on and it would be like basically the same show.
But
that
wait,
we always-
we got to ask. So we'll ask Kelly, Slick. Can you guys hear Angie better this time? Please say yes. They're talking to Daniel. They don't even care. They're just here for Daniel. We're just kind of like the entertainment while they chat with Daniel.
Daniel is on after us in case that anyone who actually is listening to us, it's the Staffer Voice. He's on right after us, and he's awesome. His shows don't suck.
Oh, so Daniel says my sound does suck. So I fixed you, and that's what most people care about. So we are good. Woo!
But okay, so you fixed me, but you are low now. Is that what happened?
That's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe this will. Did that help? Whoa! Now I'm too loud. Now you're louder than I am, or now I'm louder than you. But I'm better now.
That are like, yeah, we can hear Angie louder. We can't hear Clay very well. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, now I'm louder than you. I know.
Everybody's like so nice to you all the time. I think it's kind of funny. So, what did you do over the holidays? Did you have a good one? Did you miss talking to me?
Of course, I miss talking to you, and I miss talking to all the wonderful people in the chat room.
And they said that you missed. You actually missed talking to the people in the chat room. The people that say that they don't care if they hear you talk or not.
Yes.
That's nice. I actually missed doing the show. Kind of, but I kind of didn't because then you just like get to hang out and do nothing and you don't have to worry about even getting on the computer or anything. You don't have to worry about speaking, and that was all right. But I did miss doing the show, like just laughing at stuff. There were lots of things where I saw, like I was like, oh man, that's hilarious. We got to talk about that. But then I would realize we didn't have a show that week.
I don't
here,
pay attention to anything. Now we're both really loud, so anybody can't hear us, they've got problems. We're probably yelling in their ear. They're probably turning down the microphone. So, guess what? The sound is perfect now. We're probably too loud.
Okay, the sound is good.
Daniel says no.
I can move my microphone so that I'm not talking directly into anything.
Okay, Daniel says it don't touch anything, so I think that means either I made it much worse or everything is good. So I'm going to just stick with I made it worse. You're going to break it more.
I'm going to go with that you made it worse. I don't know why I think that. I just do. I just think that you like had something, you had it right for like 2 seconds, and then you just screwed it all up.
I didn't. Should we start paying the audience for doing like technical stuff for us, being our technical advisors?
I think that that's the only reason people come and listen to us live ever is just so that they can pick on you about the sound. I think that's their favorite thing about the show.
I think I permanently solved the problem. I mean, I don't know that it's going to be right every time we start, but I actually found all the knobs I can adjust, so we're good.
That's funny. Okay, I saw this today, and this actually is not in the list of stories that I sent you, but I saw it like probably about an hour ago, and I found it absolutely hilarious, so we have to talk about it. But you know how people will sometimes troll candidates as they're coming through different places, and they'll be like, whatever. If it's Hillary, they'll make someone sign up and stand out there and make fun of her pantsuits or something like that. Well, Ted Cruz was was going somewhere, and I found this hilarious. So people tried to troll him with a sign that said "Ted Cruz likes Nickelback." I find that
That's
absolutely
good.
hilarious. I don't know who these little trolleys are, but I just think that's hilarious. And I like Ted Cruz. He's like he's the guy that I would like to get the nomination. He's my dude. But I just find that absolutely the best thing ever.
And isn't Ted Cruz
wish
the
I
one
had
that,
thought
that
about
has like a wide variety of like playlists and stuff, or is that Rubio? One of them's like really like a music file. What do they call them? Audio file. One of them is.
Yeah, I don't know. I
So
don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have all the information that there is available on Ted Cruz for the show.
don't lie.
So as to what music he may or may not like, I'm not sure, but I just found it hilarious that that was what these people decided to do, was say he liked Nickelback.
Yeah, I think if
I
the
like
Nickelback, if they actually get people to believe this, Ted Cruz is done for.
I like those people though, whoever they are. Like even if they're against him, whatever, I don't care. It's funny. I would be friends with them, I'm sure. I would be okay being friends with them, whoever they are. Even if they're liberals, I'll be like, okay, well, at least you have a sense of humor. But I like that. I thought it was hilarious. I saw it just before we started, and I didn't even have time to send it to you. Now, here's the other thing that people are talking about a whole bunch. And they've been talking about it, I guess, maybe since the holidays, but I don't know. Just recently, I guess Donald Trump has been talking about Bill Clinton because Hillary is talking a lot about women's issues and all this good stuff. And so Donald Trump has been bringing up, like, you don't really want to talk about women's issues and that kind of, how people treat women, considering your husband kind of thing. He's just bringing this up and down, back and forth. And they asked Bill Clinton, because he's been going out on the campaign trail with her lately, with Hillary, for Hillary, I guess. And ABC's asked him, like, what do you think? Are you going to respond to Trump's claim that your past is fair game? And basically, Clinton just ignored all of it. And he's like, I'm just trying to get the Democrats to vote for Hillary. The Republicans will have to decide who they want to nominate. So he basically just like ignored the whole thing altogether. But I think that that's pretty fair. I mean, I don't, Trump is not my guy. I'm not a fan. I don't want him to get the nomination. I really don't want him to get the nomination. But there are a few things that he does that I'm okay with. And one of them is the way that he just takes it right back to Hillary, especially with the bill thing. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't pull any punches. He's just like, whatever, let's talk about this. If you're going to talk about women's issues, let's bring up your woman, I guess, using husband or whatever. And I like that about him. But what do you think? You think that it's fair game to bring in Bill when we're talking about Hillary?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if it were anybody else's spouse, it would be the same way. But they're I don't know. I definitely think that is fair, but of course I would. I'm biased. I don't like either of them. So, but I don't.
Well, what do you think about Trump bringing up Bill?
I think that it's I hate Trump. I think. Well, I can't say you hate Trump. I hate Trump. Like, I don't like him at all. I won't vote.
Okay.
For him. But I like
know.
his thing. I like this part of him. This is a good part of him. He's good at it.
I I can't say that I hate. I don't know that there's anybody on the planet that I actually hate and wish death and hellfire. Like, I mean, I don't like hate anyone. If I were planning on starting to hate someone, Trump would get very, very close to it. But I don't like the thing that bothers me the most is how a lot of people treat Trump supporters. I think that Trump supporters I definitely think that they have a little bit of a block where they see things a certain way, but I totally understand and get their anger and where they're coming from and what they see in him. Like, I understand that. I get where they're coming from. And I don't like when people try to treat them as a group like they're stupid or deserve to be talked down to, because they have just as much right to like whoever they like for whatever reasons as anybody else.
It's no
I
different
don't
than
like.
I don't agree with Obama supporters or Bernie Sanders supporters. I mean, it's the same thing. I will mock them, but I don't think it's talking down to them. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that some people have gone to the limit of talking down to them and acting like they're stupid, which, that's fine. They can do that too, but I mean, I hope with all my heart he does not get the nomination. I do not necessarily trust him as like staying on point with what I support and what I value. Now, some things I'm sure that he's going to be fine on, and other things I just don't necessarily think he would be as strong as someone else. But I don't know if he gets the nomination. I think I will still have to vote for him. I mean, I can't see me not voting and getting Hillary. I just can't see it happening. It's going to be very hard, though. I mean, if I do it, I might not admit to it, and I might have to take a vomit bag in the booth with me. But I definitely think that I would probably have to do it.
I think
What do you
somebody
think?
should send. I think somebody should send Trump our podcast that had Jewish words for penis, so he keeps himself out of trouble in the future.
Because of the schlong thing?
Yes, that's what
Didn't
I
we
think.
do like didn't we have a podcast once with all these Jewish words for different, like just, it might not even been Jewish words. It was just like different words for male parts.
Yes, and we
Didn't
tied
we
it
have
into
that?
Bill Clinton because it was the story about Bill Clinton. They were trying to justify what he did under Jewish law. So
So see, I knew that word, but it was all because of you. That was because of you.
don't try to pin this on me. Everybody knows what slong is. Slong and
I
putz. I
still,
mean, those are common words. Those are common Yiddish words.
I don't know about common. How common? I don't know how
If
common it
as
is.
much as you talk to me, they have to be part of your vernacular, right?
Yeah, but that's because I talked to you. I'm just saying, like outside of talking to you, I don't know how common it is. I don't know. I don't think it's all that common.
I think it's very
Maybe it
common.
is. I don't know. I don't really talk to that many people. So it could be. I mean, I talk to people on Twitter, like back and forth. I type whatever. But as far as like actual speaking to people outside of text, I talk to like my immediate family, my husband, my two children, my parents, my brothers, and my sister. Like that's really about as far as outside situations. Even my clients I talk to back and forth in email most of the time. I don't actually usually have to speak to people other than you.
I think growing up and I self-identifying as a male through my entire life, and hanging around other self-identifying males, I think 95% of our conversations has always tied to a penis somehow.
Well,
Just
I have
have,
to agree with that only because of speaking with you, and somehow or another, it always happens on the show. No matter how much I try to avoid it, it happens. Although I have to say, I didn't necessarily try to avoid it tonight because I saw this. We did this story before, and I just had to tell you. You remember that guy? You did the story on the dude with the bionic boy noodle, right? You remember that
yes,
dude?
yes.
Okay. Well, I found a story with the dude that has the bionic boy noodle is going to lose his virginity at age 43.
Wait, I want to know how. I mean, so this is a typical guy thing, right? This guy and he has the perfect venue. He's announcing it to the world. Now,
Yeah,
don't get me.
he's just like, hey,
Any other guy would have loved to announce it to the world as well when this happened. If they had the same podium that Bionic Penis Dude has, they would totally be standing on that podium and screaming to the rooftops, "I'm about to score for the first time." Um, I don't know how he gets away with it because the only reason guys don't do that is because they want to actually do it again after they finally do it, and they know if they throw the girl out there
well,
that it
apparently
won't
the
happen again.
dude. I mean, I guess he gets pretty excited about it. He's 43, so I mean, it's going to be his first time, and I
They
mean, I
should
guess
do a
they're
remake
just
of
like,
the 40-year-old Virgin with Steve Carell with this guy.
But I mean, I saw that story and I was like, okay, we got to talk about this because we talked about him before, but I just found it hilarious that he's like, hey, this is going to happen. He announces it to the entire world that when it's happening, the day, everything. He's just like, where they're meeting up, everything. I'm like, good grief.
Sorry,
He said,
what? Did they say in the story? I didn't read the story. I'm just listening to you.
yeah, in the story they say that. They say they plan to have dinner and get to know each other and then 2 hours of private time.
I hope it doesn't say at the Motel 6.
I don't think it actually says the exact hotel, but apparently she is a sex worker. She's not charging him.
Oh,
but she is a sex worker.
Does she get to write that? Does she get to write that off on her taxes?
I don't know.
So if she's a sex worker, clearly they're going to go eat at McDonald's. They're going to go to the Dollar Theater and watch Short Circuit because it's fitting to the bionic penis, right? And then they're going to go to the Motel 6.
Well, I don't know. They just say the city. They don't actually give the motel or where they're going or anything like that. I just...
Kelly has a great point. She's laughing at the 2 hours thing. If this is this guy's first time, bionic penis or no bionic penis, 2 hours is very, very ambitious.
Well, maybe they won't. I mean, they might not have to do it the whole time. I mean, 2 hours. That is. I have to say, yeah, I agree. That's kind of ambitious, but you never know. It is bionic. Maybe they might have some issues. 2 hours, it might take that long to make it work properly. I don't know.
But maybe this is a feather in her cap too, because she's the first person to ever have it with a bionic penis, right? So this is kind of like a big win for her.
Well, yeah. I mean, she was like, "Oh, I'm honored. I'm honored to be the person, whatever." But anyway,
she could put it on her resume whenever she's auditioning for gigs. Do they audition for? I don't know how that works. I've never done that, so
I don't know. Do sex workers really have to have a resume? Maybe that would be a question we need to ask Bill Clinton. I'm not really sure if they have resumes and stuff like that.
Clinton might know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Okay, speaking of robotic boy noodles, that's kind of like an alien idea to me, and that will move us right into Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton gave an interview. This is according to The Hill. She was giving an interview to, I don't know who. I'm sorry, I apologize. But anyway, she said, I think we may have been visited already. We don't know for sure. Talking about aliens. Oh, she told the Conway Daily Sun during a campaign stop in New Hampshire. This was last week. But apparently, she thinks that it might have already happened. Like we might have already been visited by aliens.
So she doesn't know.
She seems like she's taking a very, middle of the road kind of idea on it. Apparently, Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Clinton was on there and suggested that extraterrestrials might exist. They don't know, whatever. And then Hillary Clinton said she would get to the bottom of UFOs if she were the president. Basically, she said, maybe we are going to get all the information out one way or another. We could have like a task force to Area 51. That's
really?
what she said.
Really?
That's what she said.
So okay. Are they trying to ease? Are they trying to ease us into this? Because this is kind of like one step at a time. So what I'm thinking is, in the next, after the election's over, after Hillary, let's just suppose Hillary wins, I think she's going to have a lot to explain when Bill Clinton is arrested by the intergalactic police for sexually harassing aliens from 3 different planets. So I think that's what they're trying. She's trying to ease us into this, right? That's what it has to be.
I don't know. I can't remember who said this on Twitter. I so apologize. I know I retweeted them earlier today, but I saw somebody on Twitter that was talking about this with the alien thing, and they said, "Well, she's been dressing like that already for years. You know, with her stupid jackets and stuff. It's like she's already been dressing like she's gonna be some sort of outer space alien meeting president because she wears those stupid jackets." But that cracked me up, and I can't even remember who it was. I apologize. But it's
Maybe
very
this
funny.
is Hillary. Either this is Hillary's idea of trolling because she knows some people are going to read way too much into that statement. Because I would say the same thing, right? We would both say, I think you'd probably, I don't know what you feel about aliens. We've never really talked about that. I would probably say the same thing. We don't really know. I don't think it's likely. I think aliens have better things to do. And if they were here, most of them would probably already conquered us. If they can make it this far. But it could have happened. So maybe that's what she's saying. But when you're Hillary Clinton, you can't say stuff like that because people are freaking nuts.
I think that she was just joking. I think she was trying to be jokey about it. But she can't joke because she's like the worst joke teller ever. Like her jokes are as bad as her southern accent. She is not in a position to do that. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I really like science fiction and stuff, but I just don't think that aliens have visited like the Earth, the planet, if they do exist, which, I don't know. I'll never say never, but I don't
really?
think that
You don't think aliens exist?
I don't know. I would never say never, but see, there's this whole if aliens existed, there's this whole entire philosophical, theological question you have to go through as to if they exist, what kind of beings are they? Do they have souls? Are they in need of a savior? That whole kind of thing. So you have to go through all that kind of theological ideas as a Christian, and I don't know if they exist. I think it's a different kind of atmosphere, a different plane, a different being altogether. So see, you made me go all theological and nerdy on people.
So I say if you gave me 5 minutes, I could go online somewhere and find somebody on a message board saying that Hillary is just trying to chase everybody off of the reptile people track. What do they call those people? The reptile beings? I'm sure that's what they're saying.
The people from V, the TV show, the TV miniseries V.
I've never seen V. You don't know about the crazy conspiracy theorists that think that there's a hidden race of reptile people that live among us?
No, I don't know about that.
You've got to look into this. And somebody in the chat room should probably back me up on this because I sound like I'm a freaking lunatic.
There's little reptile beings.
But you've got you've got the crazy people that believe 9/11 is staged. And then you've got the crazy people that believe 9/11 was staged because the reptilian people are trying to take over. And there's a whole thing about how the queen is a reptile person. I can't believe you've never seen any of this. How are we friends?
I've never seen any of that. But that brings me to something that I wanted to talk about last week, but we didn't get around to it. And that is that people are actually selling tinfoil hats now. They are stylish and comfortable. They're marketing them as signal-proof hats that keep cell signals and stuff out of people's heads. They have them in beanies and hats and all kinds of things, and they are calling them signal-proof headwear, and it's shield apparel, but it's basically a tinfoil hat. It says it improves the signal-proof quality, unique fabric, which is pure silver, antimicrobial, and washable. But basically, it's a tinfoil hat, and they're selling them. And people are buying them. They have it on Kickstarter. They're trying to make some money on Kickstarter, and they have made $19,783 for the tinfoil hats at this time. Of course, they're not calling them tinfoil hats. They're calling them shield signal wear to protect you from cell phones, Wi-Fi, satellites, microwaves, any type of electrical devices and such. But it's a tinfoil hat. You want one, don't you?
I want to sue them because that was totally my idea.
You remember when you were first on Twitter? Well, I don't know if you had it when you were first on Twitter, but when you first followed me on Twitter, you had an Abby with an actual tinfoil hat on.
Yeah, that was like kind of the running joke, and I put on I had a tinfoil sombrero at some point. I had a tinfoil doctor's hat. I missed the tinfoil hat. Yeah, maybe I should go back to that. Maybe that'll motivate me to be on Twitter. So
I missed the tinfoil hat a lot. It was really fun. I liked it. Oh, well, so we've talked about aliens and tinfoil hats, and I think we should take a break and come back and see what else we can talk about.
Yeah, I was too busy looking at reptile people on Google to try to find some reference to the crazy stuff
Look for reptile people during the break, and let's take a break.
I already did it. I'm done. I guess we can take a break now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we will be right back.
Whether you're an employee or business owner, when it comes to the correct course of legal action, it's the first step that is important. And make that first step with attorney Ted Hong. You need someone you can trust and has the experience you need when it comes to workplace and employment law. If you've lost your employment due to discrimination, false accusations, or being denied benefits, you need Ted Hong. Or if you're an employer who wants to ensure compliance with workplace regulations and labor contracts, you need Ted Hong. Ted and his team also cover family and property law and estate litigation as well. Ted has over 30 years of experience, and him and his amazing legal team will provide you cost-effective legal consultation and make the experience all about you and your needs. For more information or to set up a consultation, contact the law office of Ted Hong at 808-933-1919 or visit tedhonglaw.com. Ted Hong, an experienced and principled attorney you can trust. 808-933-1919 or tedhonglaw.com.
Are you conservative in a world of liberal?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not alone. Hey, I'm Daniel Stafford, host of the Stafford Voice, and I'd like to invite you to tune in each Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I'll break down the events of the week, and together we'll learn about how they affect you. So, sit back and get ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly of talk radio right here on K98 Talk.
I'm through standing in line to clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. Tell me what you want.
This is in honor of Ted Cruz.
Bad Nickelback? I like it. We're happy about that. Hey,
all right.
Hired Mind just like he got in my head and gave me something that I could relate to you on the reptilian people, because he's right. I listen to Coast AM sometimes. Don't judge me. Don't judge me for that. But it's a very amusing show. Like, it was really good when Art Bell was on there, because it wasn't always just like the crazy alien stuff. But now that George Norrie is on there, they do talk about the alien stuff, right? And he is right. People get on there and they talk about the reptilians, and they just act like, like we're supposed to know what that means. Like, they just act like these are accepted terms. But I know what you're talking about now, the reptilian people. Now that he brought it up, he's right on Coast to Coast.
I hate the fact that these people call in and somebody actually takes them seriously. That's what bothers me. And it also bothers me. Remember last week when I talked, the week before last, when I talked about I got advertised, what was it, the Underoos? Yeah, the Underoos. It's the same concept. Like, I listen to talk radio, when I'm driving around. I drive around a lot at work. And whenever I worked, in South Carolina, I had a lot of stores that closed and I actually had to like drive and like respond to like alarms, like if somebody went up and shook the door, I had to go drive up to the place and make sure the door was locked. Well, I'm basically listening to Coast AM between my house and where I'm headed, and I'm like, I'm just feeling crazy, just like listening to it, just like it's like you're in a different zone. And the worst thing yet was one time I had to go in there, I had to wait for a locksmith to come, and the locksmith was listening to it. So I'm kind of like wondering, was he listening to it because of the same reason I was listening to it, or was he actually just driving around listening to this crazy nonsense?
Well, when I used to be in school and I would work like really weird hours, I would listen to it when I was driving back home because it's very funny. But I listen to it a lot when I'm trying to go to sleep, and it's you just go to sleep. But it's really weird. It can give me bad dreams, especially if people start talking about the shadow people, and you're like falling asleep and you're hearing about the shadow people, then you might possibly see some of the shadow people in your dreams as you're falling asleep, that kind of thing. So I kind of stopped listening to it for a really long time, but I still do sometimes if I'm having some insomnia issues.
You know who else doesn't sleep? People in meth don't sleep, and that's their core audience. It has to be. It does remind me of Unsolved Mysteries when I was a kid, though, because that was the same thing. I'd watch Unsolved Mysteries, and there'd be a ghost story on it, and I couldn't sleep. It was the worst thing ever. I don't know why my parents let me watch it. Yeah, horrible.
Insomniacs and meth addicts, and apparently really nerdy people that I like on Twitter, seeing as you and me and Hired Mind are all talking about how we listen to this show. So apparently it has some draw to people like us for some reason. I don't know why, but I find that rather amusing. That's pretty funny. I think that most of it, are just people, tricks of the mind, some kind of little, whatever. But I will never say never. I will never say that no way there are no aliens or anything like that.
I will say I will definitely say with 100% certainty, there are no reptilian people and there are no shadow people. 100% certainty.
I will pretty much agree with that, but I will not make a big broad brush statement and say there are no aliens ever, because as soon as you say that, like I'm open. I'm a very open person. I'm open to, that there possibly could be, and we just don't know about it, and it could, they just hadn't reached this area yet, whatever. Or even if they have, I haven't seen proof of it, but I'll never say that there's no aliens at all, ever.
Now, the Illuminati, that's totally real.
Oh, well, you're part of that. Yeah. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to let people know about that, was I?
You know the repercussions for that. The all-seeing eye is coming after you.
I hope that the all-seeing eye saw this dude, because I had to tell you about this. This is very funny. All right, there is this dude. Let's see, where is he at? He is in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And he basically got really upset over the holidays for people stealing packages off of the porch. Like, he was really, really upset about this, okay? And so he decides that he is going to get back at these people stealing the packages. And he left a package. It has... In the box, there is 1 gallon of water, okay, and some cat poop. Just cat poop. He just took his cat's poop, put it in there. It's a gallon of water in a bottle, so it'll weigh it down, and then some cat poop with a note. Just a little note. The note says, "This is not your package." And then he suggests that, you can redeem yourself by doing 20 hours of community service or turning yourself into the police. And then he said, honestly, if the individual does come forward and says they are doing 20 hours of community service, I'll let them keep the cat poop, but I want the gallon of water back. I don't know why he would want the gallon of water back, but he is happy to let them keep the cat poop. But what do you think about this? Personally, I haven't really had that much trouble with people trying to steal packages and stuff off of our porch, but I find that very funny.
That's funny. I don't know. Why does he think the guy's going to turn themselves in? Did he put a GPS tracker in the cat poop?
That was my question. I don't know. Why? Okay, first of all, if you're a package stealer and you steal a package, more like reading the little note and seeing what's in it. You see the cat poop, you see the gallon of water, you see the note. I don't know about you, but I'm just thinking that people who are stealing packages off of people's front porches are probably just going to be mad that they just got cat poop. Like, I would think that they would just be upset about that more than feeling like convicted or guilty in any way, shape, or form. I don't think that they're going to be concerned about it.
Right.
I just think they're going to be like, whatever.
If you wanted them to feel guilty, you should have gotten an inhaler or something and put it in there, and put like a note for Tiny Tim's asthma or something. I think that would have worked better.
I really don't think that people who are stealing packages off of other people's porches are going to be concerned one bit about anything that they steal, unless it's cat poop, and then they might get mad about it. They would probably get madder if it's dog poop, because I think that cat poop gets like drier quicker, because he probably would have had to scoop that up out of the litter box.
Plus, it's smaller. I mean, you want to find like a Great Dane.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you're going to go through all this trouble to make a poop package, you should get some real serious poop for it, is what I'm thinking. Like, you just go find, some horse poop or something. You just do some real serious stuff. Don't mess with little cat poop. It's not going to mess with anybody. And it looked like from the picture of the story, which I already closed, but it did look like he even had the cat poop in a baggie. Like there was the gallon bottle of water and then the baggie. So I'm just thinking, I don't think that he managed this little trick very well, if you ask me. It could have been done much better. That's what I'm saying.
I think so too. It seems very uninspired. I mean, the guy tried, I guess. You could give him that, but I mean, I would have planned it for at least like 10 minutes and thought of something better.
Yeah, I agree. I'm proud of him for trying. I think he had a cute little idea going on here, but I don't think that I think that he is underestimating what could really be done, and he is really underestimating the fact that people who are stealing packages are really not going to care, and getting that might just make them madder. That's what I think. That is what I think. I like how people in the chat room pick up just little things. I just looked over at the chat and all of a sudden I saw poop package in the chat. That's all it said. A poop package. It's like they just pick up little words.
That's your phrase. I had to repeat it. It was great. Kelly has experience with large poop, so I don't know if I want to ask questions about that or not.
Sarah said she did too. American woman. She's like, "Oh, I have a Great Dane and horses."
Well, she was a little bit more specific. Kelly just says she has experience with large poop. So I wonder. I don't know what to say.
Kelly could possibly. Kelly, were you the person who was on the plane and made the plane turn around from all the poop that got in the plane? Were you the poop plane person? I still think, with all of my heart, that person was a woman. Because if it was a boy, it would be just like robotic boy noodle boy proclaiming to the world. If it was a boy who did that on that plane, he would be like, "Yeah, my poop stunk so bad, I took down a jetliner. They had to turn around and go back because that was so bad." A boy would have owned that within a second. You know it. We all know it. So it had to be a woman. It had to have been. Still to this day, they haven't released who it was, but I think it had to be a woman. Sorry, I didn't mean to get back on the poop plane.
I think your mind's affixed on that. So, but
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
To get this show back on track. Speaking of people, wait.
Okay, wait a second. How are you implying that the show went off track? Just act like for 2 seconds that we don't have some kind of show. Like
I had the best transition ever here, and you ruined it by jumping to a poop story. So
Okay.
And I was going to use the transition anyway. I didn't give a crap if you put a story in between that and the meth story or not. I was still going to say, speaking of people on meth, just because I thought that was just great. And that's what I was going to do. And you ruined that. Like, you ruined my joke about just transitioning off of something that was long gone. But whatever. Whatever.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Speaking of people on meth, this is our Florida story. Man trying to travel through time smashes car through 2 Florida businesses. I'm very disappointed that this is not in the lower southwest quadrant of Florida around Tampa, Naples, and all that stuff like it usually is. This is actually in the Panhandle around Pensacola. So in Pensacola's defense, this guy is actually from Tennessee, I think it said. Tennessee. He wasn't from the area. So apparently he drove down to Florida thinking he was going to enter a time portal. This guy's driving like an old car, and no, it's not a DeLorean, but he smashed his car through the Advanced Tax Services and Pensacola Caskets. So he was 40 years old. He told police he was entering a time portal. The time traveler was issued a citation. It doesn't seem like too bad, but apparently he slammed the gas thinking he was going to go back in time. And it's like an older Dodge Challenger. It's a pretty nice looking, well, it was a nice looking car. Now it's covered in insulation and probably pieces of caskets. But
So he took a Dodge Challenger. Did he have any kind of, does the story say, I don't know, I didn't read it, I apologize. But did he have like any stuff on the inside like a flux capacitor or anything like he made?
It doesn't say. I think he said that he's seen a time portal and tried racing through it, and it must have disappeared on him because he ended up traveling through a casket.
He ended up in the casket. He rode into the casket place.
Right.
I wonder if that was part of the time portal. Like, maybe he was supposed to die. He ended up in the casket place, and then that would, technically be some sort of time travel, I guess, if you die and you believe in an afterlife.
Oh, this is a pretty good caption for the picture here. I wish I could take credit for it. Death and taxes.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That is good. I'm impressed. I like it. I am impressed. Let's see. What else you want to talk about? That's pretty hard to beat. I mean, so far tonight we have talked about Nickelback, aliens, poop packages, tinfoil hats.
Yeah, this has been an odd. This one is like ranking as one of the odder shows because we went on a tangent about reptilian people and aliens. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of, I mean, how do you go from here? We still have like 10 minutes and I'm not really sure what in the world we can talk about because that is a lot. That is a lot that's like a high bar right there. That's a high bar.
Speaking of meth addicts, a woman from Plymouth, I'm guessing it's Massachusetts unless there's another Plymouth somewhere. A woman from Plymouth is allegedly selling dog food as heroin. Now, I don't know what I don't know what heroin looks like. I know what dog food looks like. But I would think that they look different. Once again, having no experience with heroin, I can't see myself injecting myself with dog food. Like, just looking at it going, yeah, this Alpo, totally going in his veins.
Okay, wait a second. There was a person that actually did this?
Yes.
She sold dog food as heroin?
Dog food and aspirin. Supposedly. That's not what the headline says.
So she sold it, and people bought it, and she got caught selling it, or she got caught trying to inject it?
She was trying to sell it.
That's really stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody's going to fall for that. Even somebody who would wear a tinfoil hat and listen to Coast AM, I don't think they're going to fall for that.
Well,
I really don't.
Well, I think they're not in. They don't do heroin. They do meth. We've covered this. So that's not their customer.
Even if you believe in the reptilians and wear your tinfoil hat or have a bionic body part, I don't think that you're going to like think that dog food is heroin or aspirin is heroin. I don't think that she was very good at her business. I don't think that was very good.
Yeah. Speaking of meth heads and people that never sleep. And I've heard this story on a big radio show, so I was kind of sad because they kind of took my thunder, but maybe nobody else heard the story. So, we've all heard of see something, say something, right? So, have you ever heard of hear something, say something? An 82-year-old woman called Brown Deer, I don't know where this is at, Brown Deer Police, Sunday night, requesting police because she heard someone chanting, ISIS is good, ISIS is great, while having sex. So,
oh yeah, I heard this.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So apparently it happened like more than once. I think this wasn't like the first time that this. So I would just, even if you were a follower of ISIS, is this what you scream during sex?
I think they're trying to troll the old woman, don't you?
No,
like, wasn't it an old lady?
Yeah, I think she misheard. She had to have misheard.
You think so?
ISIS sounds a lot like sex, but then again, I don't think anybody actually says the word sex during sex. So,
I don't know. That's weird. That whole story is weird to me. I don't know. If I heard that, okay, if I'm at, like, in an apartment, at a hotel, whatever, and I hear that, what I think is that, I would just think I heard it wrong. I would be like, what the crap?
Maybe the guy was so bad, the woman was trying to troll the guy and just wondering if the guy was even paying attention to her. She's like, go to the left, go to the right, whatever. He didn't listen, so she's just like, ISIS is good, ISIS is great, just to see what the guy would do. And the guy, being the self-absorbed guy that most men are, just kept on. He didn't care. Didn't care.
Or his name could have been ISIS.
Or Isaac? It's close. I mean, for an 82-year-old woman... Isaac?
Yeah, maybe his name was that.
Or maybe the guy's name was Fred, and she was telling him that Isaac is good. Isaac is great.
That's awful. I like it. That's the theory. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
She was just a very mean lady who liked Isaac much better than Fred. I like it.
And I think that there's a lot of women. I think probably 10% of women out there are like that, because some guys will just take it. The bionic guy, you know, that girl could be insulting him the whole time. He would just do his thing. He doesn't care.
Well, yeah, but he's had a bionic piece since he was like 6 years old, and he's just now like he's 43, and it's going to be his first time. Of course, he's going to take that. Who would care? I don't think that he cares if that woman talks about Isaac.
Since he was 6, I don't think this was since he was 6. Wasn't this a new install?
No. Well, it's a new like thing, but the accident that messed up his stuff.
Yes, okay.
Happened when he was young. Like
yeah, this was the Muhammad. I don't think his name was Muhammad, but it was a Middle Eastern sounding name, I believe, right?
Yeah, but it happened when he was really young. I think it was like 6 years old. So. But the actual surgery or whatever was recent. But, I mean, if you've been waiting until you're 43, I mean, would you care? Would you care if some person was talking about somebody else? I wouldn't, I don't think. If you were waiting that long.
That's true. That's true. I just realized we have 3 chicken stories, and we should have did all 3 chicken stories, but now we don't have time.
All right, just pick one.
Okay, I'm just going to go with this one because it's nice and short. Speaking of meth heads, if you're up all night and you're hungry, why not eat some Mountain Dew flavored chicken wings? So that's a new thing. But
that sounds awful.
I don't even know where they're at. It's on the thing here, but I would try them. They look good. Apparently, it's at Buffalo Wild Wings. So, and I'll say chicken wings are my favorite food. But I don't think Buffalo Wild Wings are all that great. I think that they're highly overrated.
Chicken wings are your favorite food, really?
Yes, they are. I absolutely love chicken wings.
Like hot wings or fried chicken wings?
Hot wings.
Like buffalo wings.
Right.
Those
I like different sauces. I like experimenting with that kind of stuff. For a while there, I was, you know, my dad did that with me when I was a teenager too. He'd make the hottest sauce possible and see if I could eat it, and I would always eat it. And I did the same thing with my son, a couple years ago.
Ew.
Yeah, and it like burned his mouth, and it was great.
That is not great. And please let people know that you're talking about your older son and not your little one.
Okay, yes.
Because they'll be like, what? He's not even eating like regular food yet, is he?
No, he's not.
Okay, good. I don't like chicken wings. I don't like hot wings. I don't really like a lot of spicy food. I'm not a big fan of real spicy food.
They have not spicy wings. Would you like garlic parmesan wings?
They're okay. I mean, I would probably like that pretty good. I like chicken. I like chicken fine. I think that my favorite type food is like Italian type food. I really, really like pizza a lot. And I miss pizza. I like pizza, and I like some Mexican food, but I don't like the real spicy stuff. Like I like more, I don't know. I like things that have herbs but not spicy. I don't like hot stuff very much at all.
Well, there's a difference between like a flavorful spice and a not flavor. Like wasabi is kind of just hot for no good reason. But I like Thai chili sauce. Oh, fantastic. Love that stuff.
Now, see, I like certain kinds of chili, and I like it with a little bit of a kick, but not too much. Like, I don't like really spicy. And I like barbecue, but I prefer, like, sweet barbecue as to, like, the real hot kind.
As do I. Okay, you've redeemed yourself some. Sweet barbecue is better. Okay, here's this is going to be a very important thing because of the area of the country that we, both have been around for a while. Mustard barbecue sauce. Do you like mustard barbecue sauce?
Yes, I like it, but I like sweet. I like the sweet ketchup based one better.
That's acceptable. I think mustard barbecue sauce is absolutely disgusting.
It's okay, but it's not as good as the other. The sweet is the best. If we're talking barbecue, sweet is the best, and I like the sweet, thick sauce better than the vinegar too. Like I like that better than vinegar based barbecue too. You can tell we're from the South. Nobody else. There's not going to be another podcast that's going to sit here and talk about barbecue like this.
Right. When I moved up to Charleston, Charleston has like a wide variety of different barbecue sauces. They got the different chains from all the different areas because they're so, believe it or not, and just in the Carolinas, there's like 5 different kinds of barbecue sauce, and like in Charleston, they have them all. And I was not a fan of the mustard at all. There's actually like a mayo-based barbecue sauce, which was kind of like, I was like. Dang, I was hoping to get to the other chicken story that I was saving for you, and now we're out of time because we got on a tangent about barbecue sauce.
All right. We can talk about the other chicken next week. All right. Catch us. I'm on Twitter at artist_Angie. He's on Twitter sometimes, but not often, at Pointless Poll. Get on there and tell him to be on Twitter more often. You can catch us next week, and we'll be here same time, 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights, unless something crazy happens. Join us again. Stay tuned for Daniel Stafford. He's up next. And have a great night. Thanks for joining us.